All right, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are we doing on this wonderful Friday afternoon? I was going to say chilly. I was going to throw that word in there because, man, it is like basically single digits for me. It is freaking chilly. It is so bad. Man. Yeah, I felt like I was getting slapped in the face by the wind, so that's not really it's very suboptimal. Let me get some music going here in a second. Hold on. Yeah. How are you guys doing? You guys having a good week so far? Let me also make sure I get the live here. I think we should be. Yeah, we should be good. All right. Sweet. Yeah, let me get logged in here, get some tunes, get some jams going, and we will start off the stream with doing our SRS for the day. So I've already gotten about an hour and a half, 2 hours of reading it today. So I wanted to go ahead and get in some SRS reps in our lovely Migaku, one of the best SRS apps out there if you have some money to spare. But I'm not here to push the sponsors, of course. So yeah, let's go ahead. Bonjour, what's up, Darkiv? Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? How are you doing? Let's see. I should have gotten the music ready before the stream, but this works. This works for sure. Yeah, we'll just do that. Let's see. That's probably good. All right, let's go ahead and let everyone know that we are live in the Discord server. Musk, that cord. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. How we doing? Welcome, guys. We are about to get some studying in. Trust. Let me just drop this link in the Discord. Let everyone know. Let the people know that we are live, and then we will get to actually grinding out Japanese. Let's see, releases. We are live. Cool. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see, but then general, wrong server. Ooh, imagine self-promoting in the wrong server. That would have been bombastic. Okay, cool. We are doing good. We are doing good. Literally just search for language learning live stream. Such a sick content idea. Hope this blows up. Thanks, man. Wow. Well, right time, right place. Glad to have you here. That is so awesome. All right, let me pop out the chat here so I can see what you guys are doing. Keep my eyes on y'all. And we will go ahead and share. Let's see, live chat. Yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen here once I get my Migaku pulled up. And we will be grinding our words for the day. So, go ahead and pop this open. But yeah. How's y'all's week been so far? And also, is anyone here not learning Japanese, learning a different language? Or maybe you guys aren't learning languages at all and wanting to get into it? How far are you guys in your language learning journeys? If you are learning a language, would love to hear all that good stuff. All right. So I almost got the Migaku set up here. All right. I think we're good. Okay. Let's go ahead and change tabs here. Ooh, got a little emergency text because of how freaking cold it is here. How's the weather for you guys? Yo, what's up? Mohammed, welcome to the stream, dude. Hey, bro. What's up, Bruno? Hey, welcome. Okay. All right. It's time to study. I just realized I'm a little dark. Can I turn out? I think I have another light here. Hold on. Just for this specific reason. That's better, right? Okay. Hi, Minecraft. What's up, Cooldown Central? What's up, bro? All right, guys. We are going to be doing... Let me hide. It says all done there. That's our Pomodoro timer. So typically, for anyone who doesn't really join the streams that often, on our typical study streams, we will grind out words, reading stuff, and immersing for, like, time segments. Like 20 minutes studying, 5 minutes yapping, and then repeat until we get our hours up. This time, I'm not going to do Pomodoro. I love doing flashcards to an extent. So I'm just going to get these done, and then we are going to hop into our Discord servers, Minecraft server. Maybe I'll put on some Japanese in the background for listening immersion. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this. Hi, Skits. Hi, Skits. Yes, everyone say hi to Skits. He's somewhere. Skits is somewhere. All right. Yeah, this part, I like this. I find this entertaining. Some people may not as much. I'm just here repping out cards. So if y'all still have your cards that you need to do for the day, I feel like maybe now's a good time for y'all to rep it out. But hey, I'm not your boss. Yeah. And if you guys have gotten your studying done for the day and then you're just, you know, studying through me, getting some extra reps in, that's great. But yeah, for people in the chat who are new or returning, where's that photo? I swear I saw a cat and half for a split second or something. Let's go back. Uh-oh. Can I go back? Uh-oh, I can't go back anymore. I can't go back. You could go back. It's a stream. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I should. Oof. I pressed the wrong button. That's okay. But yeah. How are y'all's language learning journeys going so far? We are just about towards the end of January. I don't know if you guys believe in New Year's resolutions or at least setting goals, but I am curious what goals you guys have long term or for this year for your languages. I'll go ahead and say mine are I want to reach a known vocab of 20,000 words, at least in Migaku, like explicitly written out. I know it doesn't really like translate well, like it's like you should just immerse and like not to worry too much about your vocab count, but it's just something like a good metric I want to keep in mind. Another thing I want to reach 30 read books this year total. That's another one. And then I think, yeah, 1,000 hours of immersion. So yeah, and it's specifically reading. Like listening, I can listen all day. It's so easy. Reading is fun too, but I feel like it does, depending on the level of content you read, it can definitely get a little bit tiring. I don't know if that's the right word, but definitely a bit like, I don't know. I think the mental stamina you need for reading, it goes down a lot more than if you're just sitting, letting Japanese play in your ear. But yeah. While you're doing your Japanese immersion, I'm doing my immersion by watching your stream and learning English. Greetings from Uruguay. Oh, hey, nice. Thank you, thank you. Glad you're learning, finding some use in this stream for your English journeys. That's awesome. Are you only studying Japanese? Right now, yes. I do want to learn Tagalog for some personal reasons. My fiance is Filipina. You know, I want to be able to communicate with some of her family more, and I think we have plans to go see the Philippines someday. So it would be cool to kind of be able to survive, but you know. Seiyo says, bet Jared's not actually doing this, but 7-Stop is off to the side doing your Migaku instead. Okay, you don't have to call me out like that. Oh my gosh. Sorry if you already said, but what's the website you're using? This is Migaku. It is a paid SRS app. I am sponsored by them. Pretty good, but yeah. It's nice. It's an all-in-one like sentence mining SRS tool. I'm not here to glaze Migaku and say you should give me money, obviously, but before this I ran Yomitan and Anki, so I could create flashcards for free, and that helped me pass the N2, which is it's somewhere. You can kind of see the certificate up here. So don't need this fancy little paid app to like get good at Japanese, but that is what I'm using right now. But yeah, it's crazy how many words there are in Japanese. Like for your native language, you don't really think about it. At least I don't. It's just like all the words I'm speaking right now, I just know they're just flowing out of my mouth and I'm not giving it much thought. But like really having to consciously study and like grasp all of these words is really eye-opening. Like it really does take a lot to get quote unquote fluent in a language, which is pretty crazy to me, but it's a fun journey. It's cool to know that like it you know, it's a ride. You're not gonna get fluent in Japanese super fast, but like it is a good journey, something you can work towards over, you know, multiple years. Can you imagine if you just like studied a language for like, I don't know, let's say 10 weeks and then you were just fluent? Just limit your vocab to the top 1K words, you'll get by. I mean, honestly, that's true actually. Yeah, I should do that. I do want to learn more about like how to do grammar and stuff though, like for Tagalog, because I know I've heard it's very hard. So I don't know. Like I want to learn enough words where I can immerse in simple content at least to get an idea of the sentence structure and how it works. But yeah. Ability to do coding review in Nihongo without fillers. Oh my gosh. See, that's like Fluent plus plus. That's New Game Plus right there. That's crazy. Oh man. You imagine if people coded in Japanese? Like, I'm sure there's probably some add-on that lets you, I don't know, can you name your variables like in non-ASCII? Can you just literally put hiragana for your variable names? That would be kind of crazy. No, I will warn y'all, I do have a package coming in the mail. I ordered some new camera equipment. Woo, yay. Because that's what makes videos better, is better equipment, not better writing, right, guys? Anyways, yeah, so I might have to step away for a little bit here in a bit, but we will see. In the meantime, we are locking in. I met a guy once who worked for a Japanese company as a programmer. Said he does comments in English and Japanese, even though he was the only English speaker. That's crazy. I wonder, maybe it might just be habit, or bro was just doing it for himself. That's funny though. Oh my gosh. Might take a break here when we're halfway through, and then just like, I don't know, maybe we can read a NHK article out loud or something, so we get some actual immersion in before we get into the good stuff. Because I want to see what people in the Discord have been making on the Minecraft server. So I feel like I studied these yesterday. Probably did. That's actually crazy though. Yeah, I unfortunately have to put some not so pretty words in here to learn. Let's see. Nakamutsumachi. Do you know any manga anime that could work to practice reading listening without subs for a person with an N4? Oh, that's a good question. I would say honestly, like, I'm like looking at the manga I have up here. N4. I mean, Yotsubato is really good. That's like the entry level like manga for most immersion learners, and it's very beloved, very wholesome, very like day-to-day stuff. It's very nice. So that's one you can look into. In terms of anime, I really enjoyed Komi-san Can't Communicate, Ishukan Friends, Horimiya, for example. Also, like Toradora is good. That one's a bit more fast-paced, a little bit more dramatic, but still, I'd consider a Nichijou anime. So you definitely practice with those. I would honestly say if you go to a website, I'll drop it in chat. It's called jpdb.io, I think. If you go in there, there's an anime search section, so you can actually sort by difficulty. So I would just like look at stuff that balances both like being interesting to you and also being like relatively easy from your perspective, of course. Because as you get better at the language, then everything's gonna start feeling easier, and then you're gonna have to watch harder content, and it's gonna so that it always feels like it's at the same difficulty, if that makes sense. But yeah. How do you read your flashcards? Do you just look at them and try to remember the meaning, or do you use another method? Yeah, so good question. I try to remember the reading and then also the meaning. And then if I'm struggling on the meaning, I'll come down here and read the sentence and see it in context. So this is, for example, this is a hikigane, which means trigger. And so that can be the trigger of a gun, or just like the actual trigger of an event or series of events. So I already know that, but let's say I didn't. Let's say I could read it, hikigane, but I didn't really know like what it means, and I can come down here. 考えてみれば、一冊の文庫本が原因で、日曜日の、午前11時、僕は駅前に立っているのだから、世の中は何か、引き金となるものはわからない。Yeah, so 世の中何が引き金となるのかわからない。I don't understand what the trigger of what in the world was the trigger for this. I mean, yeah, honestly, I'm not sure how to translate this one to English, but we can see down here. This is a bad card to do an example on, but yeah, you can actually see right here, trigger of a gun, trigger, immediate cause, right? So that's how I do my reviews. So this is like a joint establishment, for example. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to like Sangai. Yeah. Yeah. So there are cases where I can look at the kanji and I know the meaning, but I don't know how to read it. So this is kanketsu, which is like very simplified or shortened, like for an explanation. But yeah, there are cases where I know the meaning, but I can't actually quite read it. So yeah, I think I only pass the card if I can read it and I know the meaning. I have to satisfy both those two. Otherwise, I don't really know the word. That's sort of my logic. But yeah. Well, so useful. Thanks a lot for the advice. No problem. Let me know if that helps. And by the way, guys, for anyone new here, feel free to hop in our Discord server. In the description, there's a link. So if you guys want study buddies, have any questions, want to make some friends, you're more than welcome to hop in. You know, we have a lot of wonderful people there, bounce some ideas off of each other. We're always looking to grow the community. Beyond that, if you guys hit the thumbs up button on the stream if you're enjoying it, push it out to more people, grow our community, get more people into the AJATT, Japanese Learning Immersion cult. You know, we love that. Do you think Anki is better or Migaku SRS? So as far as I'm aware, someone told me that their SRSs actually, I think they use separate. They're slightly different. Or I might be misremembering. Maybe I said that and someone corrected me. But so far, as someone who used Anki for like 5 years, and then I've been on this now for almost a year, actually. I think it's been like 9 months. I haven't really noticed a difference with the SRS. Like, I'm still passing the same amount of cards. Like, there's really no difference for me when it comes to the SRS. What really sets Migaku apart, and it is paid, is just it's a comprehensive tool that lets you mine stuff. So I can actually show you here. Like if we just go, I don't know, like let's just go on the left here. Actually, I gotta get out of full screen. Yeah, so we can see like over here, you know, we got these tools here. So this is, we can look at our clipboard. We have books to read. We can also play videos. This also supports Netflix, so you can go on Netflix and mine the subtitles. It's got a built-in dictionary and everything. So like if I don't know a word, then I can come down here and I can look up stuff on this window here, right? So if I didn't know what like susuru meant, for example, oh here we go, which means to sip. But yeah, so I get the Japanese definition. I can get the pitch accent. I can get all the various meanings from different dictionaries, and then there's the English one at the bottom. So yeah, that's kind of where you get a benefit. It is paid, but it is comprehensive. But yeah. Hey, why do you use Migaku, Jared Desu, instead of Anki for SRS? You know, what could I say? You know, it's a very comprehensive tool. It's really helped me get better at Japanese. Now, I wouldn't say one's better than the other, but if you do want a comprehensive tool that's all in one place, I would recommend trying out Migaku. You can also get an extra month for free when you go to migaku.com/JaredDesu. They're also doing 10% off. All right, that bit's over. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if you guys do want to try it out, I think you can create like 100 flashcards for free. So see if the workflow's for you, and if it's not, then lock in on Anki and Yomi-chan. Completely free setup. I have a video on that on my channel. There's no need to drop money on things you don't need. And I'm probably the last person you want to hear that from because I keep buying more and more camera equipment. Anyways, yeah. Yo, Jared Shure, what's up, dude? What's up, Jared? Been 2 months since I've studied fully. Well, welcome. What's up, man? 2 months is crazy, but we are always happy to have you back. And yeah. That's awesome. Where is everyone in their study journeys? And like, what are you guys doing for your study methods? I'm curious because I feel like there's always something I can learn and like do better in my journey and my study methods. I feel like sometimes it's like you start to question yourself. After I've been doing like the same study method now, like consistently, I think since like early last year for immersion, and I still question myself. Like, is this really the best way? Is this really the most efficient? Is this the most fun? Now, I've learned that, like, it's not really about if your study method's the most efficient, but if it's the most suitable for you. And that, I mean, is it a good balance of, you know, being healthy for you mentally and also making sure that things are staying fun for you? Because I think, you chose to study. I'm not going to speak for everyone here, but I'm speaking third person to myself, right? Like, you chose to study a language because you had some inherent, like, reason to. Maybe you met a host family there and you want to get closer with them, or you want to make more Japanese friends, or maybe you want to watch content in the raw, untranslated form the way it was intended to be. There's all sorts of reasons. And I think it's important to, like, hold on to that and not get caught up in the numbers and just be more like, I wanted to learn this language for this reason. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to choose the content I like. And as long as I keep coming back every day, I'm going to, get to the place I want to be. Because I had this bad issue where I kept looking at the numbers. Like, oh, I got to get my word count up. I have to do, like, this many new cards a day or I'm not going to become Dekiru. And, like, I've sort of changed my mindset a bit, but, what do you think about reading out loud? I get texts from ChatGPT, listen to the audio, and read them out loud. I think it's actually really fire. I would say one thing that, like, I personally do different in mine is, like, I will find clips. I think, what is it? Immersion Kit. You can actually look up a word and then it'll provide sentences from anime with audio and, like, a picture. So I'll usually download that audio, listen to it, then repeat over it, to try and sound more natural. At least that's what I used to do. This time I'm kind of immersion input maxing just to, like, get better at reading and get my comprehension up. And reading is one of the best ways to grow your vocabulary. So I am really hammering down on reading at least 3 hours a day in Japanese. It's definitely been a tough battle, but I do feel the gains. And at the end of the day, like, I love reading books in Japanese. It's so much fun. But yeah. So I would say that's really good. I think reading out loud is good. It's called rodoku, or, like, yomiage in Japanese. So that's definitely, like, it's an actual thing that people do. I think it's a great way to, record yourself even reading out loud, play it back, maybe even, like, read a passage along with a native, and then see where your voice kind of diverges from theirs. So, yeah, I think it's great. I have exams next month, so I'm not really able to learn Japanese these days, but yeah, after the exams, looking forward to learning it. Well, best of luck on your exams. That is awesome. Lock in there, and soon we will be Dekiru. YouTube is full of magic methods to learn Japanese, but I feel like you lose the connection with the journey. And honestly, there's no need to rush. That's a beautiful trip. I agree. It really bothers me seeing... and I've talked about this a ton. I'm not going to throw shade at any specific person, but, like, I do see some channels where these people, they may be in college, so, they may have some days where they have nothing to do. Like, on the weekdays, that's not including the weekends, right? Or people who are living with their parents or whatever, right? They have a lot more free time than, let's say, your average corporate worker like me, right? Working 8 to 5 every day, except for the weekends, of course. But my thing is, like, these people have so many more hours to cram into language learning in a given week than someone like me. And they don't really touch on that too much in their videos. So let's just say that one of these people can study Japanese. They can put in 3 times more hours than I can in a given week. Then hypothetically, if we were both to study consistently, do the same study method, right? In a perfect world, right, no interruptions, that dude is going to get fluent in Japanese in 1/3 the time that it would take me. And so that's what these videos are about. They're like, let's say so this is, like, real talk. If I actually study Japanese efficiently and locked in, I could probably get quote unquote fluent, right? So I guess, like, B2 plus, like, in maybe 2 years, if I'm really locked in, right? But then you have these people who are like, oh, like, I got fluent in Japanese in 8 months. Here's I got a perfect score on the N1 in a year. And, like, there's some people like Jazzy. So there's this person in the r/learn Japanese, some lore for you guys, right? Someone in the r/learn Japanese who posted their experience with getting a perfect score on the N1 in, like, a year of study. And this was during COVID, right? And Jazzy was very open about this, talked about playing lots of visual novels, grinding out hiragana, like, super quickly and just building a vocab and doing kanji RTK immediately. Like, in a really long Reddit thread. Like, it's so open, right? And people were still angry. I don't know why they got angry at Jazzy for it. I just think there's always something to argue about, I guess. But you have people like that, and you have others who are just like, buy my course, buy my list of anime recommendations so you can get fluent because I did it in, like, 6 months. You can do it too. And they don't actually talk about how many hours they put in. Or they'll, like, cherry pick clips of them, like, speaking Japanese, and, like, it may sound, pretty good to the average, aspiring learner, to the beginner, but in reality it's like they just chose to construct, like, this false image of them becoming, like, very good at Japanese in just a few months. That really bothers me because like you're monetizing a lie. But you know, yeah. Anyways, enough yapping. We made it on time to one of these. Well, welcome, Robert. Thanks, mates. It's 12:53 a.m. I have to go, but yeah, have a good stream. Thank you, Shure. Thank you. I hope you have best of luck on your exams. Good luck studying, and have a great night, dude. Thanks for stopping by when it was so late for you. I appreciate that. People are insecure. I agree, Momocha. I agree. How many active hours do you have this month so far? That's a good question, Robert. I'm gonna check. Also, Robert, are you the one who was wanting to read 100 hours every month? I'm trying to remember if that was you or if that was someone else in chat. I feel like that was you, Robert. Was it? I'm trying to, because there's, I think I met like one or two Roberts in the AJATT or Japanese learning community. If I'm wrong, I apologize. How do you remember that? I don't know, dude. That's awesome. I don't know. It's weird. My brain likes to hold on to the most random things. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not getting a phone call. That's why I love your channel. I feel like you're honest about that. Keep going, man. You're doing good for the community. Appreciate that. Yeah, it really bothers me. Like, you could also just be honest and say, hey, like, I'm only a beginner and intermediate, but here are some of the biggest mistakes and things I learned. You know, that's great. Like, I think it's great to be honest. Like, you have too many people who are so good at Japanese, like absolutely cracked. And they're the ones who make the courses, you know, sell things, and then that's great. But then you have people who are like, and like they're actually good, like they can like hold their ground. But then you have people who are like in the beginner area, and instead of, you know, clinging onto that and sharing with everyone, like, hey, like if you're a beginner, I'm a beginner too. Here's what I learned. They're like, no, actually, I'm very good at Japanese. I got good really fast. Buy my course, give me hundreds of dollars, and you will have perfect pitch accent. And you know, natives will mistake you for a Japanese person on the phone. It's like, dude, just tell people your level and tell them what you learn. Like, you know, there's an audience for everything. That just really bugs me. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm still like intermediate Japanese. I'm starting to get into advanced territory, but I am by no means, you know, fluent in Japanese, at least by AJATT standards. But I digress. Sweet. What is Akira mean, Jared? I forgot. Maybe I should have passed that card. Oh no. This is I keep suffering from the thing where you see the word in the sentence and then you're like, oh yeah, that's that word, but then I see it in isolation and I don't know. Oh, that's unfortunate. Akira-kan. Oh, it's nanigenaku, like indifferent to something. Yeah. It's specifically for the hyojo, but what is your... Oh, so far 60 hours. Definitely not gonna make my likely not gonna make my goal. Hey, and that's okay. 60 hours is still absolutely cracked, dude. That means you've been reading, dang, basically 3 hours a day as well. Actually, that's crazy, dude. No, that's good. Heck yeah. What is your Japanese CEFR equivalent? Good question. So I got someone can fact check me on my like earlier AJATT update videos, but I think I got like a 124 on the N2 when I last took it. And I think I'm somewhere halfway between N2 and N1 right now. My goal is actually, for anyone who's new here, I'm trying to get a Manten, a perfect 180 on the N1 this winter, which is why I'm read maxing. So let's take a look at this, shall we? Let's see. I am a low B2, or I was last winter. Not last winter, last winter. So it's been a year. Yeah, I think my listening, yeah, I'm able to read like NHK articles to an extent, and I'll probably show you that here in a bit. I'll go through and read one. But I'm probably still hovering somewhere in the B2 area. So I don't know. Yeah, averages out to be B2 if there's C1 listening and A2 talking at the same time. That's facts, bro. Yeah, my talking, I don't even want to know. I like to think my talking is okay, but like I definitely need to lock in. We're gonna have our output arc next year, and it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, somewhere in B2. I think I was here I want to say I'm like maybe here. I think I could pass the. I could not pass the A1 right now. What am I saying? Yeah, no, I'm still B2 for sure. It's a hard language, man. No need to feel prideful. Too many people who are bad are insecure, and good who are prideful. Let's just be nice and honest and admit when we don't know stuff. Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I don't get what the whole idea is. I mean, like, I feel like as a content creator, or like a voice in the Japanese community, you're probably more likable and trustworthy if you're just honest. Like, I think being good at something doesn't hold as much weight as being open about where you're at. If the whole point about sharing your language learning journey is to document it, or at least, you know, teach people what your learnings, the first step, of course, is being honest. If you can't even do that, then you shouldn't be making content if you're just selling lies. You know, if you're not being true, the very basic things, I mean, you don't really have anything of value to push if it's all lies. But, you know, I'm not gonna, I'm not naming anyone. I've just, in the back of my mind, I recall seeing stuff like this, and it just really bothers me. It really does. You're going to demotivate a ton of people who think they can get fluent in the same 8 months it took that person. When in reality, they work full-time jobs, they're students, they have exams to study for, they can only immerse in Japanese for maybe 1 hour a day on top of Anki, and it's like, you're just setting a ton of people up for failure. And it's just bad. I didn't know this word. Anyways, I don't take advice from people selling something. Honestly, Robert, great rule of thumb. Great rule of thumb. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Yes. All right, sorry about that. Package came in the mail. So got some new camera stuff. I'm excited about that. Anyways, just recently. Sorry, hold on. Honestly, courses are such a tricky subject too. Like, I paid for native speakers courses before too, but even being a native doesn't necessarily mean you're a great teacher. A perfect example. Yes, that's true. And some courses are really good. Like, for example, Dogen's pitch accent course, I haven't personally done, but I've heard great things. I've heard from a lot of people that it's great. I think Momo-chan, you've done them before, right? I'm trying to recall. I think we had a conversation about this the other night. Yeah. One thing is, like, I think Japanese natives, like, they know the language, like, really well, right? But sometimes it's also just like like they just know, like, what feels right. And so you do have some Japanese natives who are like, you know, here's how to learn Japanese, like, the fastest. Here's, like, the best way. And then there's, like, an arrow pointing at them on the thumbnail, and it's like native speaker. And it's like, that's cool, but I feel like if you have, like, a native Japanese person who learned the language to fluency, and then also someone who studied it to a high level or near native fluency, then, like, you may be able to relate to the latter a bit more. But that's just my honest thoughts. No shade, obviously, to either, you know, Japanese natives teaching Japanese or vice versa. I still think you get a lot of value out of both sides, but yeah. Bro, just recently started Japanese. I can only understand Nihongo Konteppei. Do you have any advice on how to keep improving? I think you might have gotten your message cut off, but yes. I already know this. Bearish market. Oh, maybe that's why I saved it. That's cool. Yeah. I would honestly say, yeah. I mean, you should, if you haven't already, if you've done a core deck already, then I would say get a mining setup going. Start reading a little bit, you know, some easy stuff, or even, like, you know, mining from subtitles. That's a really good way. I do have a video on my channel about Yomi-chan and Anki setup for free, and then getting ASB player to get subtitles on, and then you can use ASB player to mine and create sentence flashcards. That would be my best way, because as you look at more words and make flashcards, your vocabulary gradually increases, and there will be less words that you don't understand. So yeah. But yeah. How many hours have you spent studying Japanese? Honestly, at this point, I had a tracker and I reached 1,000 hours of immersion on it, but that was years ago. And now, I'll show you guys actually my... Let's see. Let's see. I mean, I can just do this year so far. Yeah. We gotta lock in on the reading. I've had a few off days, but that is what this weekend's about. This is this year. I think last year... Yeah. I mean, I just started tracking, but I would like to say I've probably studied in total somewhere in the mid-2000s of hours. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a journey. But yeah, this month has been a little rough for me in terms of reading. You gotta lock in on listening, bro. Less than 1 hour a day. Dude, I already have my listening arc. I'm chilling, trust me. I don't need no listening. What is this guy on about? No, I'm kidding. You're right. Yeah. I don't know. I think I need to I had to pop in the headphones more at work. I find that I pause my videos for a meeting, and then I just kind of forget to start resuming the immersing, which I don't know. Maybe I should just have earbuds under my headphones that are constantly playing Japanese. So it's like I literally get 18 hours of immersion a day. And then I read. I'm listening to Japanese, and then I'm reading an unrelated book. That would be a way to double your immersion hours. That's 48 hours of immersion a day. That's crazy. Oh, that's a cool word. All right. Yeah, I think what we'll do is probably read out loud an NHK article after this, and then we're gonna probably hop on the Minecraft server on our Discord and see how we're doing. And I'll read some more of the chat messages here in a bit. Just want to get through a few of these words. I already know this. So yeah, if you guys are familiar with backlogs, I have quite the backlog. I'll just show you. Almost 4,000 cards in my mind deck. Woo! Yeah, 4,000 cards. So that's pretty abysmal. But the cool thing is, with all the reading I've been doing, with these new cards I get, there are quite a few words I'll get that I'm like, oh, I already know what this is. I do not know what suji chikai is, but that is actually a cool word. That makes sense. No, ketsujo. I feel like there's kanji for this, but okay. Jerry, when you get a sharing not depressing interesting news articles DM thing going, you and me. You're so right. Yeah, we gotta find exciting news. The only ones I've been reading is like bear articles, dude. Yeah, that's bad. Ketsujo. It's so good. Suji chigai. Ketsujo. So good. Yeah. I'll rechat. Let me rechat here and sorry, hold on. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we're doing here. You're B1 or B2 talking and B2 or C1 listening. Come on. I don't know, bro. We'll have to see. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm just going to let the people know. Momo-cha and I are going to be doing output arc next year. So we are going to be yapping, going to document some of that output arc. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that, of course, I'm going to do the YouTuber thing. Make sure to hit that like button and absolutely obliterate that subscribe button to pieces. And join our Discord. Seriously, we need more friends, more people to talk to. That's pretty sick, bro. Your league is about the spot where most learners quit. Well, I will say I have actually quit quite a few times with Japanese, gotten burnt out for sure. But yeah, I'm happy to have returned and found a more healthy approach to it. So, yeah, what the... Dude, some of the pictures Migaku puts on these cards is crazy. Oh, yeah. I'm looking through chat here. Oh, we got a few messages to read. 180 and 1, that's kind of a goal. Haha. Yeah. No, I mean that is a goal. That is a goal. It's a hard one. I think honestly, if anyone passes the N1, like you're cracked at Japanese. Like people say it's just the beginning, which it kind of can be, because that means that you have a really solid foundation and like knowledge to an advanced level to be able to approach like pretty much any media you want. It might be difficult for some media depending on what you read or watch, but it is kind of a good sort of benchmark to have. But yeah, language learning is a lucrative market because people want there to be an easy solution. Yeah, and that's really the... This is really bothering me. This is so unsettling. In any market, people always want an easier way to do things. Like even in my work, you know, for like, you know, working for companies who want certain like technological solutions, you know, I get emails from people all the time being like, hey, is your job hard? Is this part of your job hard? Well, if you pay us, we'll come in and like and inspect your business for 2 weeks and figure out how to improve it. And it's like, I'm just a guy doing tickets, man. I don't know why you're... First of all, I don't know why you're emailing me. Like, I'm not that important. And second of all, like, no, I don't even have money. Like, I barely have money to pay rent. Why do you think I got money to pay you guys to go to my place to work? I don't know. That could be a whole other thing. I don't want to rant about it. But yeah, people always want an easier solution. Even in language learning, for sure, you're completely right. And it just stretches beyond... English is hard. The effects of AJATT. It just stretches beyond that. It's unfortunate. Konbanwa. What's up, Shinji? You start really learning when you enjoy learning, I believe. Yeah, I've definitely found a shift in the last few years, and I've started to enjoy the process. And like, I will pause and enjoy the destination, like where I'm at my current skill, and be like, dang, like I'm like pretty decent at Japanese if I compare myself to when I started. Like I'm pretty happy with this. But still, I mean, yeah. I'm not trying to like, you know, stroke my own ego here, you know, I'm not trying to Jimano you myself right now, but yeah. Yeah, it's kind of nice to stop and like look back and be like, dang, like I'm actually so much better than when I first started. Like that's crazy. Dogen's course is good. The pitch accent one. Think it's worth buying for a few months one time. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Just gotta enjoy the process till you get your footing, for sure. Got a surprise for you on the servers. No spoilers. Ooh. Trust the process, listen more, read, look at more words, use Anki, go, go, go. So true. Passive is hard to do a lot of. Works way better than I expected, though. Yeah. I'll, like, be immersed, like, passive listening to, like, Pocky, one of my favorite, like, Let's Play YouTubers. And, like, they'll... Like, I understand most of the words. I think I only come across an unknown word, like... I don't know, like, once or twice every 5 minutes. And then I'll look it up. It'll catch my ear, and I'll look it up, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. And then I won't make a flashcard, per se, but, like... It's in my like search history, in my little shirabe on my phone, and so that's cool. Like it definitely works. Like you can still like be in the zone for work or whatever, but like you'll hear a word will catch your ear and you'll remember it, and you'll be like, wait, let me look that up, and then you get back to work. Like it's pretty nice. But yeah. I bet lol MC server surprise for real. Let's go. Journey to sharing. Oh, I already read that one. 4K is abysmal. Dang, I'm at 2.5K. Dang, still, that is a backlog. Must be nice, though. It's only going to go up unless you log in, though. But at the same time, you should probably spend less time in the SRS and more time immersion. Or at least that's what I tell myself. And here we are. And I keep deleting some of my new cards because I already know them. That's okay, though. That's okay. That just means we're becoming Dekiru. Doho. それはすごく朗報だけど、ピザを発音よく言うのやめない? Okay. Beer articles and all the oysters in this Seto Naikai deck. I'd be down to do more detail with like a monthly Zatsudan even, but up to you, bro. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, I think, man, I think it'd be cool to set up more events in our server. I know one thing we talked about was the movie night. I definitely want to do that. I think especially if we read books that have anime adaptations or like movie adaptations. I don't know though. I was wondering whether you manually found pictures for your cards. Sometimes I do. Like Hakuzo Giria Jinsho. How do I read this? Unfeeling, heartless, yeah, we'll just go with that. Hakujo. Hakujo. Yeah, I'll sometimes find stuff like if I find the pictures and isn't really suitable. Like I think I have one where it's like to ramble on and on, like to talk, and then it's a picture of a turkey and it just says "gobble till you wobble." It's like the most random thing, but it actually helps me remember the word because it's so random. So I wonder if Migaku sometimes will just purposely find like the most offhand images to help you remember. But I don't know. It's interesting stuff for sure. Okasu. Isn't this also tsukasu? Okasu. Okasu. Do you have any advice on how to start outputting Japanese when I don't have the opportunity to speak with native speakers? Well, a couple options for you. If you have a phone or a device, which I assume you do because you're in chat and you're watching the stream, you can go ahead and download or visit HelloTalk. I will say I have been stalked on there before, but I believe that was a very rare experience for me. I was one out of many people to have that happen to, so you're probably fine. Otherwise, you go to Ohonashi Kagawa, which actually I'll put it in the chat here. If you just look that up, it's a free online language exchange event. I made a video on them a few months back, but essentially the reason it's free, because a lot of people always ask this, is like, oh, like, why is it free? There's some catch, right? And there is, and the catch is that they're a language learning school, and they make money, and then they also promote themselves by hosting these free events to, like, kind of be like, hey, like, we're cool, right? You like us? Come, like, check out our language learning school. That's really it. Like, you can actually go there, make an account, sign up for free. They have meetings every weekend, and they'll do, like, 15 minutes English, 15 minutes Japanese. Then you switch partners, 15 minutes English, 15 minutes Japanese. And it's all moderated and stuff. So, like, you know, they screen for sketchy people. There's moderators there. You can report people if something's off. But, yeah, I found that cool, especially since it's free. I already have a card for this, and I know this word. But, yeah. So hopefully that helps. Other than that, for outputting, if you want to work on your pronunciation and pitch accent in general, Kotsu, K-O-T-U, is good to train your ears for pitch, and then also shadowing your chorusing, where you download a clip of native audio, record yourself, repeating after it, and then layering the audio clips and seeing where there's any differences. But yeah. That was a weakness me when I did non-listening cards. Oh, the pictures? Oh, I see. Shadowing 20 to 30 minutes a day. Record a 5-minute free flow off the top of your head. Video yourself speaking about a random topic. Watch it back. Do that every day and then hello talk. That is an absolutely based method for sure. Already know that. I feel like I don't need this. This is tough because I keep coming across words I already know now, and so this is actually taking a bit longer. Ikura nandemo kata omoi kurai. Kata omoi. Oh, that's a good word. Let me finish up the cards here, guys, and then I'll read up chat a bit more. There's another turkey. I'm telling you, another turkey image. What did I tell? Let's gobble till wobble. I told you. This is also AI generated, I think. Let's gobble till wooble. Okay. Dude, I called this. What is it with Migaku and turkey images and gobbling and wobbling? That's absolutely insane. Bro, I'm actually being stalked right now. I saw Miken a lot in Honzuki. You guys should read. It's a really good book. Mystica and I are reading through it. Mystica is like 2 volumes ahead of me right now. And that is fine. I've accepted it. I'm just a busy and slow reader, and that's okay. But, yeah. All right, let's see what the other words are. Hatewa? Hatewa. No, I know that. Come on. Okuyukashi. I think it's our last word for the day. Let's go! Woo! 128 reviews. 40 minutes. Not bad. All right, we are chilling. We will probably go ahead and read 1 or 2 NHK news articles. Let me go see what you guys are saying down in chat, though. Is Donkey better on PC or on mobile? Oh, hey, 7stop. Welcome to the stream, dude. Yeah, I would say yeah, PC definitely has more features. They have add-ons too, so you can like make your Anki look super satisfying. Let me see if my Anki. I haven't opened this thing in ages. This is gonna be. You guys are about to see some ancient history here, if it even opens. But yeah, Anki has more features on PC, and I think if you had to do it on phone, Android's gonna have more tools than iPhone, which is kind of how it is. I'm still an iPhone user. I love Apple products, unfortunately. Yeah, let's see if I even like. I haven't opened Anki in months, man. Yeah, I mean mine. Oh yeah, I mean I guess I have this little thing at the bottom that tracks how long I've spent in Anki. That's like an add-on there. You can also do your heat map, all these different stats and whatnot. So it's cool. Oh, that's loud, but I don't know, man. I haven't touched this in a while. Ooh, we're just gonna close out of that. That's depressing. Just close. Okay. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? PC is free and easier to navigate. Mobile can be convenient though. Yeah, mobile's convenient, but yeah, PC is always nicer. iPhone is like $25, I think. You're streaming how you're learning Japanese. Never seen that before. So sick. You just earned a sub. Well, thank you. It was Benten Hokai. I wonder if I read that right. Today in my country, usually people don't today. Still managed to get 2 hours of listening. Sheesh. I do manual pictures from time to time for things where it's helpful. Yeah, so not for like Loho, but I did for Hamon. Oh, is that is Hamon, right? No, that's happy. I don't know that word. That's cool though. Dang. Yeah, I find pictures are so useful for like nouns to an extent. I mean, because like sometimes like if you try to look up the definition for Ringo, like that's a very popular example. It's kind of crazy. What do your daily review card amounts look like? I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like if we go to my heat map here. Actually, I guess we need the stats here. Also, I will say this is not native to Migaku. This is a script that someone in the Migaku community made to add all these stats. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, but you know, anywhere from like 110 to 160 on average a day is the reviews I'm doing. But I do 25 new cards a day, trying to get down on my backlog. I'm actually starting to mine less and less now, but I think it's because I haven't really been increasing the difficulty in my content. I've been reading more, but the content's getting easier, so I need to lock in and choose some harder stuff after I'm done reading this series, which is another 27 volumes, I think. But yeah. Stalked. Okay, man. Still learning kanji, but is that temple? Oh, I see. Hey, I just got an N5. Any advice? Shall I do Anki Core 2K 6K? Started the deck yesterday. Memorize 50 cards from it. Any advice, please? Yeah, I'd say keep working on the core deck if that suits your fancy. And then once you get to like 2K to 3K known words, you can start considering diving into. There's actually Yotubato. If you do want to jump the gun and start immersing, you can read grammar guides, go through some textbooks if you like structured study. And then Yotubato actually does have like there's the website that has like an accompanying Anki deck of like all of vocab from the first 2 volumes. So you can do that and read along, and they all appear in order that they show up in the manga. Up to you either way. I'm sure people already dropped some better advice down in chat further on. Pika Bike Beats, welcome to the stream. Always shout out the VR Chat ENGP language exchange group. They host events twice a week between native speakers of both languages. This Discord isn't super popping though. Ooh, that's how you might have to send me that, dude. I'm actually trying to get a VR headset at some point, so that might be something for me. Gobble till you wobble. Exactly. Any advice? Yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, you got some advice down there. Kata omoi, ryo, kata omoi, ryo omoi. Interesting. The thing is, I'm not a native English speaker. My pronunciation isn't good, so language exchanges don't really work for me. That is fair. Yeah, I mean, in that case, you can try to learn 2 languages at once. I definitely see what you're saying, though, in terms of wanting to make sure your pronunciation is good enough so they can actually understand your English. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, you could always learn 2 languages at once, work on your English and your Japanese, on your own, and when you feel good enough about it, you can do some exchanges. Or you could also find, I'm not sure what your native language is, but on HelloTalk, for example, you can make an account, put your native language and your target language, and then match with people who are trying to learn your native language, for example. They couldn't find a Google image of a turkey. They had to use AI. I guess so, unless that is a Google image and it was AI. But yeah, you should try it anyway, man. Yeah, join the Discord. People will spend time dialing and study methods with you for sure. Yeah, that's the best piece of advice. If anyone here has any questions on their study methods, join the Discord. I think Benten is Buddhist Saraswati, and Holkai some sort of memoriam service. If you're interested in mythology, then these words are worth knowing. Ooh. Yeah, I would say, honestly, yeah, as KK said, just keep going on the core deck. That's great. Chances are no one's worrying about it so much. Yeah. I mean, you are only going to get better at stuff by actually doing it. So if you want to improve your Japanese accent, do it. And if you want to improve your English accent, then also do English language exchanges. But yeah. Also, yeah, if you want to hop on our server and speak English with people, just to, like, kind of for practice, you're totally welcome to. P-Notice entered the chat. What's up? Unless, did you paste a message in? Anyways, welcome. 15K known. Yeah, apparently. 25, dude, I can barely manage 10 new. 25 is pretty hardcore. Yeah, 25. I mean, yeah, it's rough, but I think, and it's even more rough with the backlog, because I sometimes remember where the words came from. Other times I'm completely lost, but luckily, I think the words I've been mining aren't super duper rare. So, like, if we just look at what I mined, like, these are stuff I literally mined today, like, before stream. Like, it's nothing crazy. So it's like they don't actually take too much effort to learn, and I find my pass rates pretty good. But yeah, it is kind of hardcore. But I'm trying to see if I can handle it, and I'll always bump it down if it's, But yeah. There's some crazy dudes. I know that do 50 a day. I know some crazier people who literally sit in their rooms all day and do thousands of reps and do, like, I don't know. We had someone on our server, Skits, who was so tired of his backlog. Bro did, like, I think 600 a day until it was gone. How long ago did you start your Japanese journey with Migaku? So I actually started Migaku last, like, April or May. Before that, I used Anki and Yomi-chan, which is a completely free setup, to get my N2 certificate up there. Going for N1 this year. Hopefully it works. Thanks for advice. Yes, thank you. I know everyone else. Thank you everyone else in chat for giving this fellow some great advice. You have a VR, just don't use it much. Let's change that. Hamza, hello, welcome. Yeah, I don't think Jared went to AI generate the turkey, just auto-generated by Migaku's part of automated image search. And AI stops everywhere now. It is everywhere. OGGMG animations, cool, thanks. Welcome. Hello, really appreciate the tutorial about Anki and Yomi-tan. Well, I just spoke about that. That's awesome. So glad to hear that. Crispy Katsu, welcome. What's no immersion, only Anki. I don't know. What, you're N2 level in under a year? No. I actually started studying Japanese 8 years ago in high school. I used a textbook, and then it was very on and off. And then I really locked in. I would say I got to N3 level with just textbook. So I did Genki 1 and 2, then Tobirua Gateway to Advanced, and then I really locked in after, like, burning out for a bit. I really locked in on some RTK, and then started immersing. So I would say after about half a year of immersing, I went and took the N2, and this was actually my third time taking it, mind you. So the first 2 times I failed the N2 by like 1 point, and then the third time I passed it 124 out of like 180. So I've been studying for many years, but I only, like, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, started really locking in on AJATT and immersion in sentence mining, because I found that is literally the best way to get a more natural, intrinsic grasp of the language, is to interact with it naturally, right? So yeah. Yomi-chan. Okay, yes, sorry. Yomi-tan. I know there's both. Well, sorry, it's Yomi-chan now, but I did use Yomi-tan at the time. I'm sorry, I'm trying to say Yomi-chan to be more politically correct. But, yeah. What anime or other sources did you use Yomi-tan and Anki for? Yeah, so I mean, yeah, a lot, honestly. I think I'd mind, like, from Horimiya, Ishukan Friends, Komi-sama Komisho desu, like, lots of slice of life anime. And then there's also Yomi Ninja. and that's like a OCR tool that like captures your whole screen, and then it does the overlay in like a transparent Chrome window, so you can actually use your Yomi-tan. Oh my gosh, Mandela effect. Yomi-tan. You can actually use your Yomi-tan like on your screen on your PC. It's really dope. That was really cool. But yeah. Honestly, yeah, JPDB was a really good website to like check the difficulty of anime, manga. Highly recommend it. And also natively, you can check the levels of like light novels there. Pretty cool. So 600 a day. I feel like I wouldn't even remember 10% of that the next day. Exactly. They changed it. It's no longer called Yomi-chan. Yeah, sorry. Yomi-chan is what? Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I used Yomi-chan. I was the OG Yomi-chan user. Then they stopped it. They discontinued it, and they branched off and made Yomi-tan. Oh my gosh. Anyways, failed N2. Yeah, N2's freaking. That was tough the first 2 times. The most recent one was I got carried by my listening. Everything else was hard. I was able to read a good amount of the reading sections, but I just couldn't grasp like the abstract, like general, what was the author trying to convey or say. Nothing. I'm N6, not gonna make it. Nothing crazy. Yomi-chan is just the old school. Yeah. Do you have a goal of learning more languages after Japanese? I do want to learn Tagalog, only because my fiance is Filipino, and I think it'd be great long term to learn. But other than that, I don't know. I was considering Korean because the grammar is like literally 1-to-1. That also Chinese because kanji, but I don't really feel like, you know, no hate on the cultures, of course, but I just don't feel as much of a draw to the culture or just like any content that like comes from those countries the same way I do with Japan. So basically what I'm saying is I'm not a Korea boo or a China boo. I am a weeaboo, so, and not otaku. Like, I'm just gonna full on say it, right? So it's way easier for me to immerse in Japanese content. But yeah. Momocha says, to be honest, if you already know NGMI and GMI acronyms, you're already in the loop on how to be GMI, so no excuses. That is true. What do you usually do in terms of output? Yeah, great question. So I actually recently, maybe a few months back, someone put me on Kotsu, so it's like a pitch accent trainer. So you listen to pitch accent and then you guess what pattern it is. And you know, I did that, I repped it out until I could get consistently like 98 to 99% accuracy. And that way when I'm immersing now, I know what to listen for pitch accent. So that really helped me just like through immersion. Like as I was learning words and like saving stuff, I intrinsically started to get a grasp on what words should sound like. So like, and so, you know, it's like aru, right? Or like koto, and like, it's not like watashi wa Jared, it's like watashi wa jaredo desu. So like different, I don't know, just like the flows of sentences. So there was that. Shadowing for vowels and consonants. Someone sent me some audios of native speakers and YouTube links where people are like, you know, going through all of the rows of hiragana and just like a, iu, e, o, ka, kiku, keko, and like also tongue placement. I actually sent Momocha something, it's like some diagrams, and we were talking about some of the pronunciation stuff. So that's something I want to look in more next year. But yeah, so that's one thing, right? It's pronunciation. Because if your pronunciation gets better, and even if your grammar is not right, the Japanese person you're talking to will be like, dang, this guy's cracked. And they will either speak faster or speak more closely to how they would for a native. So you're going to get more benefits out of that conversation, right? So that was my thing. First, work on how I sound. And I wouldn't say my accent's perfect or anything, but I would like to say that it is better than it first was. And then also for output, if I see a phrase or like words that I really like while I'm immersing or in my flashcards, I'll actually write them out in my notes. And like just kind of like, you know, every couple days I'll kind of scroll through and be like, oh yeah, that's that word I really like. I'm going to try using that in a conversation. And I do. And like maybe the native's like, oh, you know that word? Or just like, oh, that's really well put. And then that'll give me dopamine and I'll remember that interaction. I'll be like, huh, that was cool. I'm going to like remember this word now and remember that. And you attach all these little memories and conversations to each of these words until it builds up and you kind of have an idea of how to string sentences together in a more natural way, yeah. So, can you type the website link to know the level of Japanese needed for an anime? Because I can't hear much, my headset is weak. Sure, I got you. Oh, yeah. Here, I will drop all the links in there. It doesn't help if I'm just yapping about this stuff, but not even telling you guys what to do. There's that, and then this is for the pitch accent. Yeah, beautiful. Minasan questions can Jared's Discord. Yes, if you guys have questions, join the Discord. We can help you out, get you set up on the tools, and yap. How often do you stream? It's my first time joining in. I'm trying to do it more this year, actually. Last year, I don't know what you guys think. I think it was maybe every 3 weeks, maybe, at most. I'm trying to do multiple times a week this year, but we'll see how that goes. Nice hat. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Time to read NHK. Am I as Dekiru as I say I am? Which is not at all, by the way. I am not Dekiru in the slightest. But we're going to see if there's any happy news articles on here. And I am going to track my reading time. So let's do that really quick. Kansadeo. Yay. Hi, Jared. Hey, chat. Nice to see you. Have a beautiful stream. What's up, Rob Zoro? Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping by, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. I'll make an effort to read an article a day this year. That would be insane. Insane gains. All right. Let's see. Everything's so sad. Actually, let's see what we got on new arrivals. Oh, the Davos Kaigi. This seems wholesome. Maybe I'll read that. There's winter game stuff too. Listening to the stream while playing Minecraft. Let's go. I am excited to hop on Minecraft. I should be passive immersive. Don't worry, I'm about to read out loud. You can count that as immersion. Angel Death. Yo, what's up? Welcome to stream. All right, you know what? We're going to get the reading on. I think we're going to read... Let's read this one. And let's read this one, and then let's read this one. Well, I think I actually already read this one, maybe. Let's see if there's a lot of marked words in here. Probably already read this. Pro Yaku. Yeah. All right, let me refresh the page here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read this literally last night as it came out. Yeah, I read this. I read this whole thing. Bro, no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh my goodness. How do you check your immersion time? Great question. So, I'll actually show you before I start it. Or actually, I already did start it because I'm reading titles. Right here, this is called toggle. So you can start your timer, you can sort stuff. So this is dokusho, so this is reading. But you can see I kind of track all my different stats here, and I can see, you know, what percent of my stuff's reading, what's listening, you know, all that good stuff. So, yeah. My immersion time this week's been so balanced too, since I'm slowing down Honsuki for you. You're so kind. You don't have to do that, by the way. You're just going to push me to, speed up even more. I'm going to be reading at 60,000 characters an hour soon, dude. 60,000. That's right. 1,000 characters a minute. Be insane. Hello. Hey, Kyokujie. Welcome to the stream. All right. Let's get this article read. This one seems... Oh, this one's really short. Okay, we'll be chilling. That's way too slow. You're right. At least 6 million characters an hour. Oh, my gosh. Parallel? I saw this on I saw this. This was the first. Was this the first woman to do she did a ton of flips in one of her performances, like on snowboarding. Unless I'm thinking of someone else. 大回転、大発線、Miki Tsubaki 4イン大きく回転すること。体験って競技競技大回転競技の力 Well, let's go grab the giant slalom. Hey, bro, gotta run for now. Thanks for helping us. God bless you, bro, and Jesus loves you. Hey, well, thank you for tuning into the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your Friday. And as always, take it easy and keep grinding. I'll see you around. All right, let's see. All right, we're gonna try and lock in here on some Rodoku, but first, let's see. Kyokujia says, "What level are you?" I have passed the N2 about a year ago. I'd like to say I'm on my way to N1. I have 15,000 known words, so I don't know how to answer that. I can speak Japanese okay. I think I can read it okay. Yeah, I'm not Dekiru yet though. I'm okay. We'll just say that. スノーボードのワールドカップ、パラレル、大回転の、第8戦 right? What's Soyogu? No. Okay. We're not minding that. 23日、オーストラリアで行われ、ミラノコロテーネオリンピック、コロテーナオリンピック代表の右椿選手はメダル争いのライバルに、敗れて4位でした。敗れる争い試合などで相手に負ける。N1, that's amazing. Well, I'm not N. I'm on my way. I haven't passed it yet. What level are you, by the way? I am curious. That goes for everyone in chat. If you guys just want to share your levels or like what your goals are, please feel free to do so. Or if not, that's fine too. But always happy to hear from everyone in chat. But yeah, I'm not N1 yet, but I'm hoping to get it this year. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm at yet. Yoshi has ascended. Oh, Yoshi has ascended. Hey, welcome to the stream. Self-selected. Nice to catch one of your streams. Use VODs for second screen motivation while immersing myself. Let's go. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here live finally. That's awesome. I'm over N1, but no 6,300 kanji at 15. Dang, nice. That's awesome. What a huge accomplishment. That's crazy. Def N2 at this point. I want to be N1 by end of year. Let's go. We got to have a JLPT meetup for us N1 takers. Waiting for N1 results next week. Best of luck. Hopefully those results come out with passing. I'm sure you did great. That's awesome. I got N3 recently. Nice. Heck yeah. Dang, you guys are locked in. Congrats. Let's see. スノーボードの、パラレル大回転は、2人の選手が左右に、並んだコースを同時に滑ってタイムを、競う種目種類別に分けた項目、それぞれの種類の、名称。I see。来月、6日に開幕が、迫ったオリンピックで、金メダルを目指す22歳の、ミキ選手は、今大会の予選を、4位で通過し、上位16人による決勝トーナメントに進みました。Okay, so we know that. That's a name. I mean, it's just 3 trees. Do I really need? I'll mark it as known. Kaimaku is good. I should have learned this one sooner. I will rechat after this article. We got to get a different kind of reading in right now, you know? 1回戦と、準々決勝は、バランスを崩しても倒れない磨き上げた体幹の強さを生かして勝ち上がりました。準々決勝、準決勝に出場する選手やチームを決める試合。準々。Oh, because it's 準決勝, but it's 準々. That's interesting. I didn't realize you could just add another June. It makes sense. I wonder if that can just go on forever then. This torso? Yeah. I'll still mark it as known. Or not known, I'll track it. So yeah, June Kesho. I know that. If I know June Kesho, do I really need June Kesho? Ah, whatever, it's fine. 北京オリンピックの金メダリストで、去年3月の世界、選手権の、決勝で敗れたチェコのエステル・レデツカ選手との、顔合わせとなり、ミキ選手はレース序盤バランスを崩して手をつく、 場面があり、遅れを取りました。Okay. Esther. I don't really like want to count names as like I think I might even take Miki off. I don't want to inflate my word count with names. I feel like that just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Just to get the ability to be a 選手権。おー、世界選手権。Okay. Just to face off with someone. 初めて会うこと。初めて、会話をすること。Being match facing off. Okay. We'll mark that for now. That's a good one to know for proper nouns. And that's a good one. 序盤。将棋で対局の時の段階。Okay. Oh, we're almost done, I think. 中盤以降、徐々に追い上げを見せたものの、ミラノ・コルテイナ、大会でメダル争いのライバルになる相手に振り切られて、0秒16差で敗れました。右選手は続く3位、決定戦で、でもチェコの選手に、0秒11差をつけられて敗れて、4位となり、今シーズン5回目となる、表彰台を、逃しました。表彰台。競技後の表敬式表彰式。Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we gonna save that. 西はレデツカ選手で、決勝でもオランダの選手に、0秒43差をつけて勝ちました。オランダ。I thought this was Orlando. I don't even know that in English, unfortunately. I gotta say, geography was one of my worst experiences. Also, I just realized I'm kind of covering up the article, so sorry about that. Let's see. 中盤以降 also see middle stage. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's good. I mean, if I know Chuban, I mean, I have Joban tracked. I think that's fine. Is this just to catch up to someone? Yeah. Yeah, oh, we're fine with that. All right. I think we're good. Let's see what chat is saying. Currently saying for N3 and have 8K mind words? Heck yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on watching shows with subtitles versus no subtitles? I love watching shows with Japanese subtitles because I like to read, but I think there's a lot of value in once you get comfortable with like a certain level of content to turn off the subs and just train your ears if you need to. Personally, Gainax Kyochikua says you should do N2. Gotta see, yeah, if that it really depends on how you're feeling yourself, but yeah, I mean, you can go for it if you're feeling like it. Your topic 6 in Korean, which is the highest official grade. Dang! I always have the itch to start Japanese, but I never feel satisfied with my Korean. That is fair. I'm sure I'm gonna feel the same way about Japanese for like the rest of my life. So yeah, like I've been consistently forgetting words in English, and that bothers me so much less than when I forget like a word in Japanese. It's like the weirdest thing. Oh my gosh. Rob Zoro says, I was thinking about levels from N5 to N1. I was thinking, do we really need the JLPT? Sorry if the question's strange. Just on the Kaichi deck, and I didn't go for any JLPT exams yet. So that depends on your life, right? So if you do want to work in Japan, if you do want a job and you want a visa, then it may be worth going for at least the N2. There's not much value in the N1, though some jobs will prefer it, especially translation jobs. Those ones will be higher paid and more language focused, but typically N2 is good. But in general, if you don't really care about the N2, if you don't think you're going to ever live in Japan or have like a visa, then like you don't need to. Some also people just want to take it to benchmark themselves. Like I don't think the JLPT is like the end all be all to be like how good are you at the language, but it's a general guideline on like if you're doing things right, right? If your listening score is lacking behind your reading and your grammar, then you know what you need to focus on. So it's a good benchmark for some people. But yeah. Pika Bike says, hoping to be N3 or upper N3 by the end of this year. Nice. David Stepan. What's up, everyone? Still beginner as heck, but happy to meet everyone. Well, welcome to the stream. How do you, like, actually lock in, bro? Holy. You just got to do it. You just got to read. You got to up your word count. Do you guys also read long sentences and have no idea what they mean, even when lookups? Hopefully, bros in chat can answer, too. I will say I've had that issue, too. And I think it comes from, like, you get stuck translating or trying to like think about what the words mean, and then by the time you kind of have an idea, you're thrown with like another sentence fragment. So I found that if you just like break the word or the sentence into chunks and like try to see what it's overall saying, that helps me, especially focusing on nouns and what the sentence is actually focusing on. But it's definitely tricky. Autonomous says, I felt the same when I was pretty new. Found Improving Gamer helped me a lot. Some grammar doesn't click from explanations. It is what it is. Yeah. M1 test over 2,136 kanji. Dang. ChatGPT is actually pretty good at explaining things I struggle to understand grammar-wise. Yeah, I mean, it is a language learning model. It was trained on languages, so it is actually so cracked at languages. Though it does get stuff wrong like 0.1% of the time, but overall, it is pretty handy. Yo, Duke, what's up? He says, as long as you're doing a passive immersion very often, you can listen with subtitles 90% of the time and be fine, for sure. Passive immersion with subs for a ton of time works? Sweet. Yeah, as long as you're paying attention to the subtitles and learning from them, or at least picking up words. Like I probably have like 700 anime on my anime list that I've watched, but like that was from like mostly before I started learning Japanese. And no, I didn't really learn any words other than like kudasai, right? Or like konnichiwa, but yeah. Marcus says this is normal, but will decrease as you improve in the language. For sure, yeah. Self-selected. Aren't you curious about learning Mandarin or Korean? Japanese and Korean feel very synergistic. Lots of shared kanji. Vocabulary and grammar is super similar. Yes, yeah, that is something I've heard, that the Korean and Japanese grammar is basically, it's just one-to-one. And then with all the kanji I'm learning from Japanese, it has crossed my mind to learn Chinese. But I've been thinking, like, I'm learning Japanese because I have an intrinsic draw to the media I've seen, to the people I've met in the country and the friends I've made. And so, like, I think for that reason, like, it's so much easier for me to justify putting in the hours, grinding, and keeping my motivation up. And so, like, with Korean and Chinese, like, I'm sure there's great, you know, Korean movies, manhwa, you know, animations, and, like, content out there, and books even, and literature. Same with Chinese, but, like, I haven't come across that yet, and I don't have the connections that I have with Japanese that have kind of drawn me to it yet. And I'm sure they're out there, but, like, yeah, that's just kind of what it is. But yeah, it definitely has crossed my mind. Do you think degree matters to get an IT job in Japan? I think it does. I think it does. I think they prefer college education, but I definitely, if you're going to college, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think, because you probably want to get an internship first to get your foot in, and then circle back, corporate lingo, for an internship or a full-time offer. Sorry, but I don't know. I'm sure, honestly, I don't know if Seven Stop's still here, but he has a really good stream he did the other week about getting jobs and employment in Japan. Bro was like dressed up in a full suit in the stream. Highly recommend checking that out. But yeah, he's got a great channel. This isn't related to Japanese, but any advice on how I can improve my English pronunciation when I already have a habit of speaking with bad pronunciation? Yeah, I think honestly, record yourself speaking, and then if you have any English speaking friends, like people who are natives, or at least really, you know, you think they have better pronunciation, ask them what's most important. There's also playlists on YouTube for pronunciation practice in all kinds of languages, so I assume that applies to English as well. So I would honestly see if you can find some videos like that, follow along, and see where maybe your pronunciation is kind of swaying away from a native speaker's. But beyond that, yeah, it's just going to be shadowing and listening to a lot of English and seeing, like, okay, what is English supposed to sound like? How do I sound, and where is that different? And then closing that gap. Yeah, I know it helps to follow the subs and worry even when anime is still too fast, yet they still feel like they speak fast. I know that in daily life some speak like they can't breathe. Yes, yeah. It's some anime and some content isn't as fast spoken, others are. You'll actually notice this when you jump from anime to dramas. They aren't spoken fast. A lot of dramas, they speak so fast. It's like they're rapping almost. That's crazy. But yeah, the most thing you can do to remedy this is just to consume more and more of that content and get used to the speed. Like, I'm sure when we were all babies listening to English, like, one, we couldn't understand the syllables and everything probably felt really fast. But once we were able to parse stuff a bit better and kind of sound out things and grow a vocabulary, you know, it became more understandable. There's a lot of contractions in English, you know, instead of saying what's up, I might say sup. I'm trying to think of other ones. Like, instead of saying I have to go or I've got to go, we say I gotta go. Not even I gotta go, but sometimes just gotta go, right? So it just brings it down to like 3 syllables. Japanese has some similar stuff, right? Instead of like ikanakereba naranai, they say ikanakucha, right? Stuff like that. Konakucha naranai toka. Yeah, so it's like you really get all these things, really speak fast, and they reduce the syllables. And you're like, I've never heard this before. What are you saying? Is that even Japanese? And unfortunately, the answer is yes, that's Japanese. It's just real Japanese, and it's like it's the weirdest thing. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's such a weird thing. But yeah. Meant to do an exchange program to Japan, but they gave me Korea. So any recommendations for studying Japanese while learning Korea to everyone in chat too? Well, honestly, if you're studying Korean, you're already learning Japanese grammar, believe it or not, because they are literally the exact same. I mean, honestly, I think was it you self-selected who is learning Korean? Or sorry, basically done learning Korean, right? Yeah. I mean, I know you said that you're not satisfied. You said you're never satisfied with your Korean, which I know that feeling. I mean, I'm also not that good at Japanese yet, but yeah. So I think self-selecting probably speak more at it. Yeah. Burr's already sent a message in chat. I just saw it. Yeah. So I would just honestly listen to that guy. I'm not gonna speak more on it because I'm not the professional. But yeah, you could also learn some kanji and stuff, or also learn words. Either kanji, I would say it might be more worth your time to start picking up words in Japanese and learn hiragana and katakana. I focus on the alphabet first, but you know, trust me on an English tutor, and it really helps. I will always trust what Rob says. And as well says, is this a normal NHK website or a different site? This is the normal one, I think. They've combined it into NHK1, so we are reading official NHK right now. We're trying to. I think the better thing to do in pronunciation skills is to watch native people talk and say the word sentence after them, trying each time to stay close to them as possible. Trust me, I'm an English tutor, and it really helps. Yeah, deferring to Rob here. That is great advice. Just got back into studying Japanese with Migaku. Let's go. Yeah, shadowing is OP, I agree. Do you study grammar for the JLPT1 or just immersion, hope picking up all the grammar points naturally? So I'm actually doing a ton of immersion. I'm reading 3 hours a day, or trying to. And then as we get closer to that, I do have... I don't know where my textbook is. I have my N1 Bumbo textbook, and I'm planning to start working on that later this year as I get closer to filling the gaps, but I'm hoping there's not going to be any gaps to fill, essentially. But yeah. Scott instead of Teyuka. Yeah, that's a really good example. Immersion first, then study all 2,136 kanji. Yeah, there's all kinds of orders you can do it. How are your goals coming along? You want to hit 20k words, right? Yes, I do. I'm currently at 15.5k. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. A lot of new viewers here. Any kanji enthusiasts? I bet Kyokujie is a kanji enthusiast. I think, bro, you said you know like over 6,000 kanji or something? You just shout out and try to improve pronunciation. Mine is low-key bad. Well, I'm excited to see your update video that you said you're cooking up. Anywho, let's get this article read, and then I think we'll be good to play some Minecraft on the Japanese server. フィギュア、C 第6選手権、女子シングル青木優奈が、逆転優勝。Okay, this is the whole thing. This is like the for Asia. 4大陸。アメリカ、アフリカ、アジア、オセアニアのこと。フィギュアスケートなどではヨーロッパ選手権とは別条で、okay. Interesting. We'll come back to that. 逆転優勝. This is cool. This is a cool word. I think this is worth. And I will go ahead. Let's see how long this is. This one's a bit longer. It's not that bad. There's just pictures. Sweet. I will come back and read chat after maybe. Let's get through this block of text really quick. 中国で引かれているフィギュアスケートの This is 4大陸 right? 4大陸選手権は、女子シングル後半のフリーが行われ24歳の青木優奈選手が、自己ベストを、20点近く、更新する会心の演技で、前半2位からの逆転優勝を果たしました。So this is personal best. I know that one. 選手権 Well, that's just, yeah, we don't need to mind that right now. 会心心から、満足に思うこと心にかなうこと納得すること理解すること Okay. Bet! 共に、ミラノ、コルテイナオリンピックの代表に決まっている、中井亜美選手が2位、千葉百音 I can't read that name 選手が3位で、日本勢の表彰台を、独占しました。日本勢、日本人の集合体、国際大会などにおける日本選手たちのこと。Very 面白い。Very 面白い。独り占めにすること。自分一人のものにすること。So also grab the English stuff. Just cause. That's cool. 四大陸選手権はヨーロッパを、除く地域の選手が、出場した中国の、北京で開かれていて、23日は、女子シングル後半のフリーが行われました。Okay, now we can finally mine Peking. Whew. Alright, let's check out chat. Do you think progress is cumulative as long as you immerse? Oh, Korean study Japanese kanji pretty much the same as RDK. Mnemonic stories based on components. Heck yeah. Do you think progress is cumulative as long as you immerse even tiny bit of day progress? Or do you need a certain amount of time every day to progress, say 2 hours? P.S. Join the Discord, new friends. Let's go. Welcome to the Discord. Yeah, if you pop open your phone and read for like 5 minutes a day, obviously like the gains will be almost, in my opinion, non-existent. Unless you like read some life-changing passage that has a ton of words and it just clicks for you, right? But overall, I think if you do your SRS, let's say you do your SRS, it takes like 20 minutes a day, and then on top of that, you got some time. And the question is like, how much time do you need to put in for immersion to actually improve? So I'm just gonna assume the question here is reading, right? Because I think that is the best way to grow your vocabulary. So if you are trying to read a certain amount a day, I think anywhere from like 20 to 30 minutes would be a minimum for me. And I'm still trying to do 3 hours a day. Like that's my minimum, but I obviously haven't hit it as you saw my timetable. So I gotta lock in. Gotta overread for some of these days. But yeah, I think with like a solid, if you just set aside 30 minutes a day to like read through stuff and note down words and grow your vocabulary, you'll be good. And also as you do this, it'll become easier to read for longer periods of time. And you won't have to worry too much about cumulative progress. And rather you can just sit down and read and enjoy it as you would your native language. But hopefully that helps. Nice at 5.8k words. Hope you get to 10k by the end of the year. Ooh, okay. Best of luck, dude. That's exciting. Oh my goodness. Just started trying using monolingual dictionary and find it so much harder to understand than what is being said. I'm assuming this is natural, but it's hard to stick with it. Any tips? Great question. I honestly, if I'm struggling with the monolingual definition, I will do the English definition. And for me, I really only like go for the English definition if I don't understand the Japanese one, or if the Japanese one I understand, but it creates more confusion. I'll also just grab pictures, and that usually helps. But you can also mine from the dictionary, or at least like, track those words that maybe aren't really helping, so that you can like, I don't know. There's this thing that people said. And I said this in the past. There's like dictionary vocabulary. Which is not really, they're just more words at the end of the day. So as you grow your vocabulary naturally through immersion, the definitions will get easier to understand. Like I've never really explicitly gone out of my way to mine from dictionary entries, like the definitions. But since I've been immersing and growing my vocab, I have found that most of these definitions I can read comfortably. Like for example, this. 一人占めにすること、自分一人のものにすること、個人あるいは一つの、企業、that's 企業, right? Yeah, 企業が So yeah, I'll do stuff like that. I'll check, make sure I'm reading stuff right. 他の、競争者を、排除し、like 市場を、支配している状態. So stuff like that. Like I'll read through, and if there's a word I don't know, maybe I'll mine it, maybe I'll mark it, but typically not. I'll just grow my vocab naturally through reading, and by proxy, the definitions will get easier to read. But yeah, it definitely is a jump. So even if you want to eventually start prioritizing Japanese, you can think of your Korean experience as setting a good base. You have a much better base than a monolingual English speaker. That's a good point. If Korean had kanji, I would have considered learning basics. That is fair. How many articles are you reading? I'm going to read this last one, then I'm going to hop on Minecraft. Who knows that mean when a foreigner speaks and they say, Nihongo wa jouzu desu ne? Dude, I know that I've suffered. I've been on the receiving end of that so many times in Japan. I remember I was meeting up with a friend Bro's probably in the chat actually. And he was doing like a homestay, or at least staying with like a Japanese like obasan at her place. I pulled up, and I was like konbanwa, and she was like, "Oh, Nihongo jouzu desu ne," and all I said was "good evening, bro." Like what? I don't know if it's my pronunciation. I don't know if that's just typical like glaze to do, but you know, yeah. Korean has Hanja, which is like kanji. That's crazy. They're hidden behind their writing system. They even have a similar list to the Joyo kanji list. Dang. Started out learning Japanese, so I have no one to speak to, but I noticed I've begun to periodically stop consciously translating. Is it normal to stall? I mean, yeah, it definitely can, especially if you get to a certain level and you feel like you've plateaued. But also, yeah, if there's different aspects of the language you're stalling in, so it might be input, for example, and you want to do output, because I know you said you have no one to speak to, that might be something you want to explore, because maybe you are done learning Japanese, right? You're happy with your vocab level. Now you want to start translating that into being able to produce a language. Then yeah, I mean, honestly, it's normal to stall. It's normal to, you know, if you read the same level of content, for example, and your vocab goes up, it's going to become easier. You're going to find less unknown words. So you want to make stuff harder. So I recommend maybe if you're already immersed in some of the hardest, you know, content in Japanese, then good for you. But yeah, if you want to, you know, focus your skills into output, then that's definitely something you can transfer over to. Let's see. In newspapers and context where disambiguation is necessary, like legal text, that's crazy. Elizabeth says, working on speaking, but my one struggle I've encountered is understanding what others say, but not being able to respond well. Oh, I see. Just in general, any language, I'm awkward in conversations. I'm the same way in English, unfortunately, and that definitely translates to Japanese. But yeah, I think honestly through shadowing, like literally go, I don't know, watch anime, go watch TV shows, and you know, I know I'm gonna glaze Tara's house like every Japanese learner does, but like you get to see these human to human interactions and get to see like how would a Japanese person respond if they were, you know, asked this, and with that you really just like need to learn more about like the social interactions. I'm not saying that you specifically have to. I'm just saying like this is kind of coming from what I've told myself over the years. It's like the more you watch Japanese conversations unfold, you'll know what they're supposed to sound like. You'll know how to respond. You know how tsukomi and aizuchi, how to like utsu aizuchi, and like throw stuff into conversations to make stuff feel more natural. But yeah, it's definitely a battle. And also, hold on, let me get some more music because it just stopped, and now things are really awkward in here. It's really awkward. So I'm kidding. But yeah, so I don't know. That would be my advice. But yeah, and also just talk more. Like you will only get better at a skill by doing it, right? I like working out, I like lifting, but I gotta go keep doing it to get stronger. Same thing goes with talking. 30 minutes per center focus is my go-to for reading. That's fire. Or if the def is like carbohydrate, dude, that's true actually. Some monolingual definitions are more trouble than they're worth. For example, body parts. Yep. Monolingual dictionary do you use if I can't look up words in mine? Oh, you can't look up words in yours. I mean, I just, it depends on the tool you're using. Like, a great tool is Colibri. It's deprecated, and it's very old. Oh, is it even going to open? We'll see if it opens. Be prepared to get flash banged. Oh, it's very small. Boom! That's right. Everyone cover your eyes. You've just been flash bung. Now let's see if this actually works. Oh yeah, it has all my dictionaries. It's just gonna take a while because I imported every single one. Yeah, so this is a cool little tool. This is Colibri. It looks very old because it is, but yeah, let's just say I'm like reading through here, and you can import EP wings. This is the format dictionaries you'd import. Let's say I'm reading through here, right, and I don't know what watashi is, and I read here, and it's just like, watashi yori wa kudaketa iikata, right? So maybe I don't know what iikata means, so I can copy it, and it'll automatically take what I put on my clipboard and type it in here. I'm like, oh, cool. Kuchi no kiki yo kotoba tsukai, right? So like maybe I'm looking through here, and then I'm like, oh, what is this? What does this word mean? Yore. Oh, example sentence, right? So, you know, there's a lot of tools out there, but I highly recommend this if you want like a local offline dictionary and you want to import multiple things. But Migaku also does a good job of being able to look up definitions in definitions, but Yomitain actually lets you do the same thing too. So it all comes down to preference. But yeah. All right, let's see how far I read that. We're almost done. It's time for games. Um, yeah, okay, let me get back to reading, and then I'll come back to chat. 前半は2の青木選手は、冒頭にいずれも3回転の、連続ジャンプを、鮮やかに決めて高い出来栄え点を、習得すると、その後のジャンプもほとんどミスなく決めました。Dang, go off. 表現力豊かな滑りで、スピンもすべて、最高評価のレベル4を、獲得。Oh, dang. I'm so できない。獲得するなど、開始の演技を、見せて自己ベストを、20点近く更新し、フリーで、トップとなる、145.98 をマークしました。そして合計でも自己ベストを更新する 217.39 を出して、逆転回優勝しました。Good for her. You know, let's just finish reading. 後半首位だった、17歳の中井選手は冒頭の大技トリプルアクセルで転倒し、後半のジャンプでも小さいミスが続いて得点を伸ばせず、合計 215.78 で2位でした。I mean, I'll put triple axe. 大技。中井。Let's see. First place. Ooh. This is where I think it is. Yeah, we're good. We're good with that. 千葉選手は、7つの、ジャンプのうち、5つで回転不足を取られるなど、グランプリシリーズを、連勝した。今シーズン開幕直後の勢いが見られず、合計 202.23 で3位となり、来月6日に開幕するオリンピックに向けて、課題を残しました。また、アイスダンスは後半のフリーダンスが行われ、ミラノコルテーナオリンピックに団体で出場する吉田歌祭I don't know how to read that name. Anyways, 選手と森田審査屋森田審査屋 It's probably not the name. Oh my goodness. 選手のカップルが後半から順位を一つ下げて7位でした。Cool. Alright, well, let's stop the timer. Definitely overestimated and read not for as long as the timer's been going on, but that's okay. We will correct that later. Let's stop that. And we are going to get on some Minecraft. I'm excited to see what buffoonery people in the Discord server have been getting up to. So, let me get that launched, and let me read chat while we're getting this launched up here. Some monolingual decisions are more trouble. All right. Thanks for the help, bro. For Anki, I kind of do rip only the reading and not the meaning. Is it bad? Sometimes I get confused by show when I think show, so I don't know the word well. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, honestly, dude. I would say honest. I don't know. For me, I rep the reading and the meaning. Now, you could double your cards and have a reading deck and a meaning deck if you wanted to. Like, make sure you can read the kanji and then also divert the meaning. But if you think about how a Japanese native does it, like let's say they saw the kanji, they would be able to read it and they know what it means. And if that's the end goal, like you may want to emulate that environment in your SRS, unfortunately. That's just kind of like what I would do. It's going to be different, right, for everyone, but yeah. Corsair says, I feel like my Japanese is stalled. I think it's mostly grammar issues, so I've been going after grammar more recently. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's good that you're kind of trying to target it out and see what's working, so that's good. Jay, what kind of books do you read? LNs, literary novels, got any favorite author or even publisher? Great question. Yeah, so I read LNs. Favorite author? I do like Sumi no Yoru. I've read both their most popular books, which is Mata Onaji Yume o Miteita and also Kimi no Suizo o Tabetai. Those are really good books. I actually do have a Dokusho meter, so let me look at what I've read so far. Also reading Honzuki. Really good. Or English title is Ascendance of a Bookworm. Or is it Descendants? Anyways, yeah. Pretty good book so far. It's definitely slow, but it has like some world building. It's a, you know, I won't spoil it too much, but it's really good. Also Edogawa Ranpo? I hope I'm getting that right. They did Dioka no Satsujin Chiken. Genso to Keiki series. So that's, I don't know if it's gonna show here. Hold on. Good short murder mystery story. That one was pretty good. But yeah, Sumi no Yoru is definitely up there for me. I don't know. What about you? What about you? Curious. All right, I'm getting on. I'm getting on. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot that was my username. All right. Well. Uh-oh. Oh, I see it. I've got to add the game as a visual. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I haven't streamed video games really before. At least it's been a while. All right, let's turn off the music. Yes, hello. All right. Maybe I do. Oh my goodness. Okay. House tour. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me get my stuff set up. Is this good? This seems a little sketchy. You know what? We're gonna rock it. We're gonna rock it with the bordered. Yeah, that's fine. And then chat can go down here. Okay. All right, let's any Japanese drama recommendations? Terrace House is great. Oh man. Shin Ono? I'm forgetting the name, but this director makes a lot of good drama movies. I watched Himizu with 7 Stop a few months back. That's a pretty it's a kind of a violent movie, but that director makes a lot of good dramas, like good movies. So yeah. Ooh. Wait, Unko Para. Wait, Unko Para. Okay, you know, yeah, this takes we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Okay, let's ooh, yo. You're cooking. This is oh, dude. Unko Para is my house. Oh, I see. Yo, what? Monooki. It's just you have something for me, really. What is this? Whoa, no way. The book. What? Wait, you actually no way. Hold on, I gotta get my what? No way. Does this work with holy moly, bro, I actually did it. What? Bro put the book in here. We probably not the whole book, but still 75. That's dedication. Respect, dude. Thank you. Thanks for the help, bro. Oh, no, I already read that. Do you ever deal with speaking anxiety first? Assume you're long past that, but for me, I'm still really nervous about speaking. It's 2 chapters. That's still great. You got to start a series. Thank you. I seem long past that, but for me, I'm still really nervous about speaking to natives when I do get the chance, trying to push through it. Yeah, I mean, I have that in English, so it's kind of like, this is so cool. Yeah, I've always had speaking anxiety in all languages, so English and Japanese, but I found that, like, this is layout from the book. Oh, that's sick. I honestly found that just, yeah, getting the speaking reps in, right? I mean, it's really, one, expanding your vocabulary so you have more stuff to say, and then exploring your hobbies. I know that sounds super unrelated, but one thing I learned to do, thank you for the tour, that is absolutely sick, Miss. I'll have to come look at that in more detail. I am going to get myself set up really quick on some materials. I would say, though, explore your hobbies in Japanese. Like, it sounds weird at first, but, like, think about it. Try dropping something in the tree hole for a test. The tree hole. Oh, I see. Oh, you made a transportation system. Sorry, let me respond to the comment. Explore your hobbies in Japanese, right? You have stuff to talk about. You have things to do in your native language. You have hobbies. Explore it in Japanese. Seriously, I like cooking. I like working out. I like linguistics. I like Japanese. So I always, like, if I find a word or like a kanji that looks weird, I'll look it up in Japanese and be like, hey, like, why does this word work this way in Japanese? And I mean, yeah, that's really it, because I can talk about it. I learn words about linguistics and, like, alternate readings, which, like, that really helps, right? And for cooking, right, I learn more cooking words, and, like, I learn words like jisuri and, like, yuderu, or like yude tamago, or like hanjuku, right? So it's like you're able to talk about stuff you're actually passionate about, and it comes easier to you, and you can put more emotion in your conversations, and it's not as awkward. So yes, on top of the typical advice of just speak more, just immerse, bro, like, explore your hobbies in Japanese so you have more stuff to yap about. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, using Migaku like you. Let's go. One of my favorite genres is Ikebukuro Westgate Park. Nice. Gonna binge all of Mabiki Senki. I wish I could read all that. Oh, hello. Hello. I just downloaded Yomitan. Yomitan hope it helps me read and understand better. I'm a beginner to read after I finish Kaishi. Guess the better thing for me to do is improve my grammar, watch anime. Yeah, honestly, if you want to read a quick grammar guide on, like, Sakubi or even... What's down here? And, oh, is my computer gonna... Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, so, like, honestly, if you want to work on reading a quick grammar guide, this is really cool. Work on a quick grammar guide. That always helps. And get into immersion. But yeah, best way to improve your understanding of the language in general is going to be to just immerse, bro. What advanced Japanese books you read? I don't know about advanced, but I do have them on the bookshelf behind me. I have a bunch of Sumino Yoru. Oh my gosh. I have, like, Wagahai wa Neko de Aru, which I've been meaning to read. Natsume Soseki is a goated author, and I respect him. I just need to start reading his works in Japanese. There was also that Dioka book by Edogawa that I just showed earlier. That was a good one. That was probably one of the hardest books I read, but it was really short. But yeah, I would say right now the books I'm reading are upper intermediate, though. Nothing crazy. But yeah. This is so sick. Totally not a hidden base. Okay, I'll probably die if I go in there. Oh my goodness. If I ever learn Japanese, I'd love to read Kawakami Mieko. This is mine. Oh, it looks like it. Kawakami Mieko's books in its original language. Big fan of her in English. Oh, I also heard Higashino Keigo's crime novels are very fun. Heck yeah, I love like Tante Shosetsus and, like, mystery novels. It's nothing but a mine. Okay, well, I won't go down there. I gotta get Matt some food. As much as I would accept some from you wonderful people, I'm gonna see if I can just get myself on my feet. Yeah, I love mystery novels. It's good. It's stuff that actually makes you think. Like, it's very critical in Japanese. I love reading stuff that actually makes you use your brain cells. This is my house. Yo, what? This is cozy. Oh, is this y'all's delivery system? Oh, that's sick. That is so cool. Dang, you guys are locked in. If you open the door, you can send things. Wait, so I can just send... Well, Mystica gave me the flour. I'll give... You know what? Mystica, you get raw chicken. Oh, never mind. It's awkward. That's really sick. Dang, you cooked up here. That's so awesome. All right, let me go out and get settled. And then is my game's not in Japanese. Let's do that really quick. Yeah, it's in Nihongo. It's in Nihongo. What? Yeah, selected Nihongo. Alright. Awkward, can you switch full screen? Yeah, I probably can. Hold on. Just need to add a game here really quick. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, is that gonna work? That's not gonna work. Oh yeah, it does work. Just need to put it right there. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's a proper one. Can I not turn off the tooltips, dude? That's kind of annoying. Alright. Got on your stream, learning super basic Japanese since last year, but trying to get more serious with it. Starting Anki right now.